What is up, cinephiles? Welcome back to Screen Kings. Today's video we'll be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2, directed by Jeff Fowler. This is the sequel to the 2020 video game adaptation. So, spoiler alert for Sonic Part 1. As you might have known, by the end of Part 1, Dr. Robotnik, which is the nemesis of Sonic, finds himself washed up on the planet Mushroom. However, he gets off of that planet somehow. So in part 2, he's now back with a vengeance and still hell-bent on his aspiration of world domination. He has a new partner now, Knuckles. So Knuckles is a red echidna that is like a porcupine if you're not familiar with the character, and he has super strength. Together they're finding this emerald gem that will help them to be the most powerful beings in the universe, I suppose, and that will help them conjure whatever creation they want. So Sonic, along with his new sidekick Tails, that is a yellow fox, they go on a globe-trotting mission to make sure that this gem does not fall into the wrong hands. Now, when it comes to the tone of this movie, I would say it's pretty much consistent to the first film. Still G-rated, family-friendly. The movie still makes an effort to make sure that the adults are still included, that they won't be bored. So there's some situational comedy here, but in a general sense, the overall package, I would say this is still directed to the kids, to the younger generation. Of course, nostalgia also plays a factor in here. If you're someone who played the video games like me, I played it back in the day, so I know all these characters and all the upcoming characters that they're going to be introducing, because they're planning to make a third film out of this. And I can really tell that the creators behind this movie really cared for the video game as much as I did. Now, the only thing that's going against this movie, and just like in the first film, is the familiarity of its construction, just because Sonic, I would say the plot is pretty straightforward. You can sense that they're trying to add some conflict here, adding some subplots, but it's not as complex as, I don't know, Final Fantasy or whatever video games out there. So it has the tendency to be derivative, just like in the first film. The movie makes some references like Fast and the Furious franchise. It does not surprise me that the producers of Fast and franchise are involved in this film, because there's a lot of chase sequences and explosions, and also MCU when it comes to the cosmic disturbances that's occurring in this movie. So there could be a mishmash of concepts here that you've seen in previous blockbusters, so there's nothing really new or groundbreaking here, not that I'm expecting. There's a lot of meta humor in it, as exemplified by the character of Sonic, still enthusiastically voiced by Ben Schwartz. He does a lot of movie references, like a G-rated Deadpool. However, while it worked in Deadpool, sometimes self-awareness or the meta references does not make the movie automatically funnier. So I would say I didn't laugh at this movie as much as I did back in part 1. Maybe I was just being a grouch, maybe I was not in the mood, but that is my first observation while watching this movie. While part 1, the heart of that relationship is the buddy comedy between Tom and Sonic, I would say Tom, at the first half of part 2, he is mostly sidelined by the film, and the main relationship here is the friendship of Sonic and Tails. Now, I do like the characters, however, I find it funnier with Tom and Sonic, and I do understand why they have to sideline the human characters, because fans of the show or fans of the video game would want to see the main characters here take center stage, and that's what happened. The new characters here, Tails, he's calmer, nerdier as a sidekick. Then Knuckles here, who has a dry sense of humor, gets some laughs from the crowd, so I would have to commend here the voice actors, Idris Elba as Knuckles, and Colleen O'Shaughnessy voicing Tails, who I believe is also the original voice in the video game. And of course, we have to talk about Jim Carrey, who remains to be committed in this role. Basically, what they do is just give him a script and he just goes to town with it, from his facial expressions to the over-enunciation of the words. He still makes the movie compelling. However, I wish that the script is funnier, because there are moments in the film that I felt like he's doing an extra mile here to make the whole movie funnier, but I didn't really get much of the laughs this time. Now, probably my biggest con for this movie is the length. Part 1 is just 1.5 hours, and this sequel is basically 2 hours. Even if it's just 30 minutes, I really felt the strain in this movie because sometimes I felt like it's unfocused. There's some situational comedy here brought by the human characters. At times, it feels like it belongs to a different film, like a Netflix comedy film. So, also, the second half of the movie, there's a huge filler, extended dance sequences, which I find unnecessary on an overall structure. So, I wish that the movie shaved off those 30 minutes and this movie could have easily been better. But on a technical aspect, I would say this movie is still great when it comes to the visual effects in merging the live action component and the animated component of the film, especially when human characters are not in the frame. I think Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles really blend well with the photorealistic settings. Overall, I would say this is light, endearing for a family film. Mediocre at worst, but in an offensive way, just to be honest. So this movie, it amplifies the stakes and the spectacle. However, it also amplified the derivativeness of the movie. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. I think that's already a decent score. I think I like part 1 better. But yeah, I would say if you're looking for something to watch, a family film to watch this weekend, I would recommend Sonic because I've been hearing a lot of negative reviews for Morbius, so I'm deliberately skipping that one. But let me know if you watched that movie, if you watched Sonic. Let me know in the comment sections. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video, hit that like and subscribe to me for weekly reviews of movies and TV shows. I try my best to put out new content. I know I've been slacking off for the past few months because there's a lot of things going on, but you know, I hope you guys stay loyal to the channel and I will do as much as I can, you know. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much guys for watching. Until then, I'll see you all on the next one.